guys, what's up? It's Inflexxius. Today's video is a bit different. I'm uploading a VOD review I did for a viewer on stream. Let me know in the comments if you guys like this type of content. Now, onto the video. First things first. I feel like you're over-respecting her in a sense. This is really good, right? Alright, so, bonk bonk. That was a really good trade, but at this point, you really don't need to be backing off as far as you do here, right? Her vital's on the back. If she hops onto that, you can take another auto Q, auto trade on her and just freaking proc another PTA. That won't be... She can't play that, right? So you should be like standing here on the minions, pressuring her, right? You have the threat here. You're giving her way too much respect, and you should be standing up. You want to be positioning yourself versus Fiora. You want to be positioning yourself that it's as hard as possible for her to hit her vital as possible, right? So, right here, you want to be standing here, threatening her when she walks up for CS. Because you're Trundle, your level 1 is freaking crazy good. Auto Q auto, she can never survive that, right? And right here, you walk down like this, right? That just makes it easier for her to get a vital. You should be standing here, so that she has as hard of a time getting the vital as possible. And if you... Now, do keep in mind that if you try to auto her right now, she can just Q to the opposite side of you. If you're a real gamer, what you can do is you can walk up to her and then walk back. And what she'll do is she'll try to Q past you to try to proc the vital, but then she won't proc the vital because you moved back during her dash duration. So she's going to like be here, and then you can just kind of kite upwards while you beat on her. Because she does not win if she trades autos with you. Okay, so right here, you're positioning like this away from her, right? I'd like to see you positioning in such a way that you get over here, right? You keeping her on the right side of you so that it's harder for her to proc the vital. Here, she's used her Q. You should immediately be pressuring again. She has no Q. She can't walk up to you. She can't proc the vital unless she auto attacks you now, right? So, you gotta get it. You ideally would be getting into a position. You'd be taking this time that her Q's on cooldown to get into position to get onto either... Not this, right? This is too easy of a vital for her. You'd want to be up here. Or basically, yeah, while her Q's on cooldown, because her Q, if it procs, if it hits something, which it usually will, it's got a 6.5 second cooldown. So you want to be up here. You want to spend that time when she can't proc the vital to get up here and try to make it as hard as possible. Now, this vital is extremely hard for her not to proc, right? But at least try to punish her when she does it, right? So make it as hard for her to proc, but even if she does proc it, make it so that she has to Q deep into you so that you can at least take an auto Q, auto trade back onto her for it. Because right here she can just Q here and proc the vital and then back out and you can't auto attack her. Right there, always gotta look for your level up timers because right there it feels like you got surprised by your level up. I do too, and that's my bad. I also should be a bit better at my level ups, but I'm teaching here. I'm not, I'm trying to teach you better than what I do. So, okay, fair enough. At this point, you have full prio. You slap her up. This is really good. Yep, mess her up. Good stuff. She has no Q. She has no disengage. So that is a free trade right there. Now we want to slow push this wave. And then we want to hard shove this next wave here. There we go. And now you can recall. I'm trying to think, would I even recall here? No. What I would do is, I would personally, because I'm so healthy, right? So what you do is you shove this wave in here, that's really good, and you're still really healthy. Because you're this healthy, Fiora is this messed up, I would genuinely run into Kane's jungle right here and try to mess with him. Because the thing is, you are so strong early. You are so strong early, and you have max HP. If you recall right now, you'll be able to spend your gold, right? But the thing is... And that's not bad, but the thing is, Fiora's so messed up right now, she cannot contest you on the bounce back anyway. You don't need the extra items. If you were at 50% HP, I would say recall, TP back, set up a freeze on her, she has ignite, she's screwed, right? Because then she can't TP back, she'd lose a whole wave at minimum, right? But you don't even need to TP back, you're still max HP, so you could actually spend this HP to go do something on the map. Like, for example, go hunt Kane in his jungle. And let's say, let's use it as an example here, right? Because we know Kane's gonna be late, right? We know Kane is going to be late because he cleared his bot side, because he tried for this gank, right? We know he's going to be super late, so usually on the 4-wave crash, we can't invade the Kane. He'll have cleared his whole jungle at that point, right? But because we know that he ganked bot early, we know he's gonna be late on his jungle clear. So let's assume that you walk down here now, right? Let's assume that my cursor is you walking, because I think this is about as fast as you'd walk as Trundle. So you'd be walking, you'd be getting into the bush here. And you'd be here. You turn the corner, and this is what you'd see. Kane, if you turn the corner, you turn the corner right here, I think. And Kane you'd be running right into Kane here. Now, if you can kill him is another question, right? Entirely possible you can. If you turn the corner here, you cancel his E with your E when he tries to go over a wall. You pop Ghost, you definitely kill him here. And then that's a free kill, right? Or you might not even need to pop Ghost. Wave is pushing back to you. This is still really good, though. Wave is still pushing back to you. You just keep the freeze now. Get that CS in the back. I do not blame you for that. You're thinning the wave. Just make sure that it doesn't shove too hard. And you're giving a lot of space here right now. Do you have a ward? You don't have a ward. What'd you use your ward on? You used your ward on warding your jungler's buff. I personally would not do that. Especially since it looks like you warded very early. Yeah, you warded very early. If you want to ward your jungler's buff, I would do it at 120, give or take, right? I would do it rather at 120 than at this point. So that you can have your ward last longer in the buff. In the buff pit, right? Junk asked for it. Fair. But I would still ward if you want to ward, do it at 120 so that your ward can last longer. And then that way you can still get back to lane, right? I personally wouldn't ward for my jungler's buff, even if they ask for it, because I need that ward. But if you want to be a team player, then that is fair. And but sometimes that doesn't work out. Normally ward enemy blue or red, fair enough. If you can do that, that's fair enough. But okay, so anyway. So at this point, you give a lot of respect. Because you don't know where the enemy Cayman is. We actually saw him topside here for a second. We know Munda's going bot, we don't know where Kayn is. It is risky to try to set up a freeze here. Which sucks big time, but it's honestly not the worst. At this point, yeah, we have to kind of let the Kayn push in. Or we kind of have to let the Fiora push in because we don't know if Kayn is going to come gank us if we trade with the Fiora here. We know our jungle is bot side. We don't know if Kayn is top side. If we were looking at Kayn, for this split second, by the way, we would know Kayn is top side because right here... Yeah, right here. We would know if Kayn is top side right here because... And this is for, like, super hyper mega map awareness gameplay, right? But... We see Kayn here with red buff and 20 CS. We know he started bot side. So we know that he's done all of his camps because each camp is 4 CS, right? So he's done 12 CS. It's 12 CS to get his bot side. That means 2 more CS to get these. And since he doesn't have his blue buff, that means we know that he's done every single camp except for his blue buff because 4 times 5 is 20. So he's done 5 camps out of his 6. So we know that he still has his blue buff to clear. Munda freaking ghosts immediately. But yeah. So we know 4 CS a camp, exactly. Yeah. So what that means is that we know Kayn would be on his blue buff right now. So we're being respectful. I don't disagree with that. That's the other thing. It depends. If they try to gank you at max HP, it's awkward. If they try to gank you at max HP, then Kayn can't aggress on you. You will kill him and then probably be able to leave from the Fiora. But if you trade with Fiora and you both drop low down to 50%, then Kayn can suddenly try to look to gank you. With Fiora W, you could probably die. So fair enough. You know what? I don't dislike playing safe here because you're scared of getting ganked by Kayn. You don't want to lose this whole wave. That'd be really sad. So that's fair. You know what? That's fair. So we play safe here. Threaten her so that she doesn't take the demolish. Good stuff. She's going for it. You're playing very back. You're playing very far back. You should be playing up here so that she has a harder time accessing your tower, and so that it's harder for her to proc the vital because it's closer to the wall. So you're all-inning her with... Okay, listen. Okay, so... all-inning her just like that with E is not what we really want to be doing. Because she can just leave at any point, right? She can just Q over the E and then she's gone, right? If her E is ever on cooldown, or if her E is up, she can just hop over the E, right? Now, she decides not to do that, but she could have just, and then your E is on cooldown for no reason, right? Now, at this point, you run at her. I wish we could see where the pillar was, but anyway. I guess this must be it. But anyway. So you run at her, and now... right here, you are walking in such a way that you're letting her proc every vital, right? So right here... auto Q, auto, she eats the W, she eats the Q with her W, that's really not ideal. But you know what, it happens, but ideally we want to be ready to not let her Q our W, or W our Q. But right now, look, you're kiting down when you have a top vital, right? You're giving her this vital for free. You should be kiting up to make it harder for her to proc this vital. Now you're kiting up when you have a bottled vital, when you should be kiting down to deny her that vital, right? Because if you're just trading auto attacks, there's no way she wins. But if she gets to proc all her vitals, then she's going to get you. So she gets both sums. You should TP back immediately here, which you do. And you can set up a freeze. You're playing so far back, though. She has no HP. Can Jax E block Fiora from proccing vitals? Yes. It's a very important part of the matchup that Jax can block Fiora from proccing her vitals with his E. So you use your W here for, why did you use your W here? I guess you were trying to all-in her when she was, what's the name, when she was about to hit 6, but even then, you can't really force the all-in here. Basically, what you're trying to do is you now want to force her into losing trades so that she has to back off, right? She has so little health to work with, and you're playing very far back, right? You want to be positioning near this wall, ready to run at her, but you don't want to give her the vital if you can help it. Basically, you want to position that she can't proc this vital easily. If she does Q for it, you want to start messing her up. But you want to try to not let her W your Q, and if she ults you, you want to use your pillar to make it harder for her to proc your vitals. To proc the vitals on you. And then try to fight her maybe, or maybe even disengage and try to wait it out. But if you wait it out, she's gonna get to crash the wave. Alright, so she's getting messed up here. Okay, so be careful. But Mundo's ganking, fair enough, good stuff. He gets the kill, sad, but it is what it is. Okay, so you hard shove the wave, good. This is correct, this is absolutely correct. You want to get your reset. Is she tanking or what? Okay, she's got TM up now, uh-oh. But right here, pillar, her, and then immediately move to the side. The pillar will potentially knock her deeper into the tower. She'll take tower shots, and then you can all in her. The other possibility is that she W's your pillar, right? At which point that's why we walk sideways immediately, in case she W's the pillar so that we don't get stunned. Because if she tanks another tower shot there, I'm pretty sure we can just all in her with our R. Okay. So we want to be kiting away to... now we want to kite downwards to try to avoid Fiora proccing our vitals. Yeah, like that. Good stuff. Okay, there we go. And we just stat check her because she doesn't get to proc her million vitals. Good stuff. So I wouldn't go for a plate here because Fiora... let me just look. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not speaking shenanigans here. Yeah, because if you walk to lane here. I don't know what happens, right? We'll have to see. Maybe I'm freaking wrong on this one, but I don't think I am, right? Is if you push for the wave here, Fiora is about to res. She's gonna come from base with home guards, right? So if you go for a plate here, you're spending... Let me just count. Well, let me just see. You spend all this time shoving the wave, and now it's 46. Okay. So you stay in lane for an extra 46.
Shut down.
So you stay in lane for extra 23 seconds. Fiora can now easily shove this wave and take plates of her own while denying you minions, right? Because the wave is going to crash into your tower. Fiora should be in lane within the next 5 seconds. Yeah, there she is. So now what she can do and what she should do is hard shove this wave here. Hard shove this wave. Deny you minions and take her own plates back. She doesn't shove very fast. Wait, hold on. How many minions do you lose for this? Let me see. Let's see, so that is, you lose 2 melee creeps, 3 melee creeps, and she gets a plate. Half a wave and a plate for 2 plates. So you're basically trading half a plate and half a wave and a plate for 2 plates. I would say that breaks even. Trundle, to be fair, I didn't expect you to take 2 plates here. I didn't expect you to take 2 plates here, right? But even that is the case. You lost 60 gold from melee creeps. Yeah, you got plus 65 gold, but you lost the XP of those melee creeps. So I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe it slightly is, but... it's okay. It's better than I thought. To be fair, I'd say, okay, fine. I was not expecting you to take 2 plates. I guess I disrespected the Trundle. My bad. Actually, wow, you freaking one-shot the tower. I did not expect Trundle to one-shot the tower, but I should have. My bad. But yeah, I would slow stack a wave here, because... what you can do is now, with your Trundleness, right, with your raw Trundleness, you can actually just stack a big wave, and when you have a fat, massive wave right in front of her tower, and you shove it in, you crash it, you can just come in, demolish proc the tower, force the plate off of her, and if she tries to all-in you, you have Ghost, you have your E, you have your W, she probably can't kill you, right? So we're looking to stack, so we're looking to basically push our lead, not necessarily by killing her, right? Because that requires her to make a mistake. But now we're looking to extend our lead through means that don't require her to make a mistake, such as forcing plates off of her. And if she makes a mistake, we can punish her. But see, we can't really just force all-ins on her, right? She can just walk away. So it requires her to make a big mistake for us to kill her now. So we just stack waves into her, and we just force plates from her under tower here. So we stand over here. Her vital is on the right side, and this is perfect, right? This vital here is perfect, because now we stand on this side, we stack up our demolish, we go over here, she has to now choose between clearing the wave or hitting us, and she's going to clear it quickly because she has Tiamat, but we should still be able to proc our demolish and to get an auto Q off, and then get a plate probably a bit more. So we just chill here, we'd wait for the demolish to stack up, and then we'd walk in with our W, auto Q, maybe another auto if we can, but probably not. It's just auto Q with the demolish, and then we back out, we get some plates, and then we can walk away, sustain with our passive, our vamp scepter, and even this nice little honey fruit in the river here. Because that's the way to push your lead as champions, as powerful split pushers like this, right? I do this as Mundo all the time. You walk in, and you just start taking demolish procs and whittling down their towers' plates. If you get a lead early, it's really strong. Yeah, I wouldn't try to take Void Grubs by yourself, by the way. It's such a health tax. Hey, Karastar, I'm doing pretty good. How about you, my dude? Alright, so let's see. Could you have punished this? I think you're a bit chunked out to be able to, I guess. She Q's in your face, and that doesn't sit right by me. If you're... Missed quite a few of your streams. Was studying. Oh man. Well, at least you're here now. Welcome, welcome. Long time no see. If you're a freaking mechanical god, you can backstep this to deny her this vital, and then you just start beating on her pretty much while kiting down with your auto attacks. Right here, honestly, you could probably drop a W on top of her and start auto attacking her back. Could you? Let me think. She still has her W. I'm not sure if you can, to be fair. I'm not sure what Trundle's power is. I feel like you should be able to, but because your vital's on this side, she can't proc it easily. Her Q's on cooldown still, and you're so close to your tower. You came here and discovered Jax is nerfed? Oh yeah, sad stuff, dude. We weep. Okay, so now we need to... Yep, there we go. That's what I like to see. This is huge. Kiting to the wall with the vital on this side. That's huge. That's really good. You feel the 2 seconds? Ah, yeah. Some matchups in 2 seconds suck. Oh, man. Wait, hold on. She actually kills you. Okay, let me see what happens here. Fair enough. You know what? Mundo is is not super high impact, so fair enough, honestly. I guess I see it. Mundo is a low damage, no CC champion, so he's not going to protect you from dying to a fight here. So that is fair. That is fair. I guess we couldn't go for that as aggressively, at least. Maybe try. You can try to look to bait her, right? But you can do it tentatively. But you got to do it tentatively, right? So you walk in like this, and you don't use your pillar immediately, but you try to bait her into engaging onto you, right? Set became unplayable because of it? Aye, oh no. But yeah, you don't use your pillar so aggressively, you can save it to kite if you need to. Basically, you just keep her busy and try to bait her deeper into your side of the lane without putting yourself in a super compromising spot so that Mundo can walk up. It's an awkward gank to set up because you're so chunked out. But yeah, I want to say that this all came from just doing those void grubs, right? Like, it's such a health tax. I wouldn't recommend doing void grubs unless your champion has absolutely ridiculous sustain. And Trundle's sustain is good, but I don't think it's good enough. Maybe after you get if you already had Rav, you could have gone for it, but without it, there's no way, in my opinion. The other thing is that Trundle... The other option is if you're way far ahead of your lane opponent and they can't contest you even if you're half HP. Okay, so you come over here to try to kill them. Yeah, I mean, if you can't kill them here, there's no point, right? You're losing so many minions. So let's see, could you have killed them here? So what you do is, okay, so here's a trick as Trundle, right? Maybe you didn't know her Q was back up or something, right? But generally as Trundle, you want to save your E for until after they dash, right? So if you run at her here, you drop your W, you chase after, you don't use your E, you chase after, you just run at her. She would eventually be forced to use Q because you have more movement speed than her. But, so what you do is you wait until she uses her Q, and then you pillar her. Because now she has her Q up, and your pillar is freaking used, she can just dash over it like that, right? Because I assume your pillar is like somewhere around here. So, generally speaking, if you can, you want to use your pillar to either keep them in your W, ideally, keep them in your W while also using it after they dash. But, you know, sometimes you don't get to do both. She ends up dying anyway, to be fair. Alright, so now we shove. Now we shove hard. If Fiora has no TP, we can take this whole tower. Let's go, let's go. We have our Rav, so we have infinite sustain. There we go. Okay, and we take the whole tower. Good stuff, good stuff. Money, money. Let's look. Let's look at it. Look at the number go up. Beautiful. Okay, how much gold are you floating? 1.6k recall. Let's back here. Let's get our items. So back up to top lane, and now we just play the split push game, right? We're freaking Trundle. We're the split push menace. We are ahead. What are our items? We have Sheen, dude. We shove the wave. We go for Grump. Fair enough. Now we go for the tower, right? Because, yes, blue buff is really nice, but there doesn't seem to be anyone defending the tower. So that being the case, I think I would go for the tower here. Fiora, there's a low chance Fiora might be just sitting in this bush, and that's pretty psychopathic, but it's entirely possible. Okay, no. So, yeah. So turn around, go for the blue buff. Exactly what I... Would I have done that? No, I wouldn't have. As a general rule in the split push, you want to shove in the wave before you go take camps, right? Because if you shove in the wave... Let's assume you stay here and shove the wave, right? If you stay here and shove the wave, boom, 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 you clear the wave. Okay, wave is cleared. Now you go into the jungle, right? It wouldn't take you very long to shove out the wave with your Rav, right? So boom, 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 shove the wave. And then you can come in and steal camps here, right? You can come in and steal camps because now Fiora has to come in and catch this wave that's moving in to push on her tower, right? But because you go for the camp first, Fiora can come look for you, mess with you, and there are these minions that you're going to be losing, right? While whatever is happening. And you need to move all the way back here now to shove this wave out versus just always being a threat here in this vicinity, right? You want to get to camp so she pushes up while still getting value. You want her to push up. Fair, I guess, but that's a risky play if she doesn't push up, right? If she just pushes the wave out. If you think she's going to walk up, I can see the value in that play. Generally speaking, though, I think it's better to just apply the pressure because she doesn't necessarily need to walk up, right? She can shove the wave out and then she can go potentially look for something on your team, right? Because you're not constantly applying pressure, you're not keeping her trapped under her tower. It gives her freedom to look for something, right? Either push up, which would be a mistake in this scenario, or just she could just shove the wave here and then she could just run through like this, right? And look for a play on your team. Yeah, I mean, you just beat her down. A trick versus a good. I was going to say that versus Fiora, you can, you know, go. It's really good to go stand up against the wall to deny her getting the vital. So you go right up against this wall, and then she can't get this vital. She can't proc all 4, and you just win. But you're so far ahead of her, you don't really need to do that. Even you just kind of beat her down anyway. Well, now we can take freaking towers. When you're ahead, just push and farm, the kills will come to you, kind of, right? Because if they don't come to you, if they don't pressure you, the kills will come to you while you're pressuring, because if they don't pressure, then, if they don't pressure you, then you're just going to end the game, right? Because look at this, right? Okay, nom nom nom, tower, dead. I actually need this. I actually need this here. You don't even feel bad for this Fiora? It's Fiora? Fair. Okay, let's see. So what objectives are up? So we ideally want to switch over to bot lane here. She's wasting our time. Our time is more valuable than hers, right? We're so much further ahead. Our time is way more valuable than hers. So we're wasting our time right now messing with her here. If we can kill her, that's a different story, but we need to save our E4 after she Qs. And she doesn't. Because a lot of the time you're waiting for the opponent to use a specific ability so that you can kill them. And if they don't use that ability, then you can't kill them. And so you just end up not being able to kill them ever. Because she just Qs over the E, right? So we really shouldn't be messing with her here. We're wasting so much time. What we should be doing is... Your time is really important when you're fed, right? So what you want to do is you want to shove this wave out. This is correct. It's an extra wave and it keeps the pressure on top side. You're wasting time trying to kill her. You could be shoving this wave instead. Alright, so we shove this wave out. Let's say we finish the recall here, right? Now we want to run bot lane. So let's say we just spawned in base, we're running bot lane now. It takes about 20 seconds to get to a lane. So it's now, so it's 1641, which when I was talking about having recalled it. Okay, wow, they actually ganked you. Fair enough, but anyway, imagine if you recalled there though, right? If you recalled there, you'd have been in lane by now for 7 seconds. Let's see. So you would be walking into lane right here. You would be basically here right now. You'd be here to help kill the Kog'Maw. So you'd get a kill anyway, and then you'd be able to shove the wave here. The enemy team would have 3 people topside. No, they probably wouldn't, to be fair. Now you face Rast. Yeah, exactly. But now we would basically be here to basically pressure this tower, right? Because now there's 2 reasons we want to be bot side. We want to be split pushing bot side really badly now for 2 reasons. One, the objective is top side. If they gank us bot side, we get to take the objective. The other reason we want to split push bot side is because there's a tier 2 tower up here, right? This is it's a money pinata. This right here is a money pinata, dude. It's a freaking, you hit it, it makes you rich. And we want it to make us rich. So we want to be split pushing on this side of the map to try to play for this tower here and just accelerate ourselves even more. We want to be thinking about objectives when we split push, right? So right here, I wouldn't have TP'd here. Because it doesn't do anything, right? But like, what are we aiming for here? We get a wave, for sure, but there are people defending this tower, right? And the thing is, if the people defend this tower, they're on the same side of the map as Herald. We're not drawing them away from anything, right? From an important side of the map. And unfortunately we die here, Sag. Fighting here is always really dangerous. I really don't like fighting here, because the enemy team can just, you know, start pelting you from the other side of this wall here. It's always really awkward to fight here. Always really awkward, always really risky. So what are we doing now? Where do we want to go now? Always, when you're recalling, which side of the map do you want to split push now? Let's see. Baron is spawning in 1 minute, Dragon is spawning in 140. So we want to spawn on the opposite, we want to split push on the opposite side of the map that the neutral objective is, that the next contested neutral objective is going to be, right? Now we can safely assume that Dragon will be that, because it's spawning so close to Baron, and Dragon is so easy to take, generally speaking, that, Dragon is so easy to take that it'll probably be contested first. So we probably want to split push top side here. One reason is because of that, right? But the other reason is that Fiora is split pushing top lane here. This wave is kind of okay in terms of, you know, what's happening there, but we're about to lose a tower if we don't run top lane immediately, and there's a big fat wave pushing into us here, so that's just a lot of farm as well. But the main reason we go top lane is because these objectives are spawning so close to each other, and Dragon generally gets contested first because it's so much easier to take. So now we want to keep the pressure on, but okay, this is important. We don't know where the enemy team is. We don't know where the enemy team is. We need to stay back right now. They can potentially look for a gank on us, right? So we want to stay out of vision. And now we see Hui. Okay, we need to get away from here. We don't know where Kane is. Yeah, Zed is dead. So we don't know where Kane is, right? So we can maybe look for something on this Hui, but we need to be really careful. We need to be ready to freaking book it, right? Because if we get collapsed on by Fiora and Kane, it sucks big time. This is far too committee. I wouldn't go for this. Yeah, because we don't know where the enemy team is, right? We have to constantly respect. We can see the kills, but if we don't know where the enemy team is, that sort of thing can happen to us, right?
Rampage.
And to be... Yeah, and I thought we were a little bit stronger than that, to be fair, but...
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright, so at this point, us dying, and this is why it's so bad to die as a split pusher, because now we're off tempo, right? We lost so much time for dying there. We should be right here pressuring the tower, forcing plates off of the Fiora, right? Forcing the tower off of Fiora pretty much, right? But because we don't have that option now, or let me phrase it like this. We should be forcing the tower off of Fiora while the teams are contesting Dragon, because 1v1 Fiora can't hold us, right? At least I'm assuming that that's the case, right? Considering that you're so far ahead, but I don't know the specifics of the matchup, but I assume that is the case, that Fiora cannot hold you 1v1. And if that is the case, then you can take this tower off of her, and the teams have to then choose between stopping you, defending, like the tower, and giving up Dragon because they'd have a numbers disadvantage, or contesting Dragon and then giving you the tower and the inhib. You put them in such a difficult spot, but because you died there, you now can't be applying pressure, right? So now, in this scenario, this scenario is kind of tricky. I would prefer to go bot lane here, right? Because Dragon's about to be taken. The enemy team's about to take Dragon. We can assume they will, right? So I want to be on the bot side of the map. Yeah, I want to be on the bot side of the map. So yeah, we go bot lane here. We want to be on the bot side of the map because Dragon's about to be taken, and then Baron's going to be the objective that's up. We want to be split pushing on this side of the map then, the opposite side of the map. And also, tower. The tower, the money bag is still alive, so we would like to go for that. We need to ping our team to go defend this tower, though. This tower is gone. We don't look at this tower anymore. This tower is gone. We need to ping our team to defend this tower. Because we have things to do bot lane.
Red team's turret has been
Alright, so hold on, what's happening here? I was speeding through it, I thought you just run bot lane, but let's see. So fight's breaking out here. We can come over, see if we can help. Our team doesn't immediately get caught. Maybe we can look for something here. We need to be a bit hesitant though. We don't know if Kane is here, but actually they're moving away from where Kane might be. Okay, Hui's here. We can honestly look for something here potentially. Maybe. Okay, nice shutdown. We need to ult something now though, otherwise we're going to die. Okay, unfortunate. Getting a shutdown is not bad. We could have probably survived there, maybe gotten another one, but getting a shutdown is fine there.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
But again, dying kind of sucks because it kills our tempo again, but getting a shutdown there is very nice. Oh, Fiora is floating a lot of gold, actually. Okay, so you TP bot lane here. Would I recommend TPing bot lane here? I would not, because I don't know where the enemy team is. Wait, hold on. Okay, so the enemy team takes Dragon here. Yeah, so I personally would not TP bot lane here because I don't know where the enemy team is, right? They could all just be like, there could be a Kane farming his camps here. There could be a freaking, I don't know, there could be just anybody, any amount of people in the fog here. I don't know where the enemy team is. If I saw them all topside here, right? If we knew that all of them were topside, then I would be like, yeah, this is a TP, let's go, because there's no one to defend this tower. If you pull the trigger now, you can definitely take a tower probably too. But because we don't know where anybody on the enemy team is, I would not TP here. And right now we're just kind of wasting time. This tower should be our top priority. We shouldn't be looking for the Kog'Maw here. There we go. We just freaking eat it. Oh. Oh, wow, dude. And you heal up from the wave. Oh, huge. I don't think I agree with the... Do I agree? I don't know if I agree with hitting the wave. Right here, I would ult Kog'Maw instantly, though. You really want those defensive stats, but... Using the Rav active here on the wave is really good. I don't know if I'd recommend... I don't know if I agree with hitting the cannon like this, but... I would have ulted Rav... Yeah, it heals you, but so would killing the Kog'Maw, I feel. The Rav active here is good. I actually really agree with the Rav active, because it hits a bunch of minions. Actually... You thought you out-heal here? Yeah, I mean, basically, I would say the better play here is... I mean, it works out, right? So I'm not going to stay on it too long. But basically, ult him, walk up, auto-Q, and then auto-Q Rav. The Rav would hit Kog'Maw and these minions, so you would heal probably more than when you healed here. And yeah, but it works out anyway, so that was so close. Okay, that was good stuff anyway. And then you heal up off the wave. Really good stuff. You full book and run? Ah, sad. Okay. Okay, so you died there. Sad. Could we have prevented that? I wasn't paying attention because I was too freak. Okay, we need to leave. We need to just full book it. W, run away. Full book it. W, run away. Fiora's dead. Leona's dead. Run. Freaking. Did we see Zed use his shadow? Okay, yeah, we need to, but yeah, at this point we need to get out of here. We don't know where the enemy team is, right? So we need to get out of here. Yeah, if we left immediately, we could have lived here, to be fair. Now, at this point, it would be optimal to E this here to block the Zed off, right? Because Zed, or actually, no, not even to block him off. If you eat right here on this, so that he would have to walk all the way around the pillar and be slowed, right? If you eat him here, that would be optimal, because then he would shadow over the... Then he doesn't have his shadow, he can't shadow over the pillar, but we don't know he doesn't have his shadow. We don't know he doesn't have his shadow, so I wouldn't have eat him here, because I would expect him to W over it, right? So we can't know, right? At this point, we're dead.
Team's turret
Jeff, we gotta respect the, what's his name, right? We gotta respect the enemy team's ability to, be around us and ganking us. Yeah, so we go mid lane here. First things first, we need to see, okay, so I would just go, honestly, yeah, you know what? Mid lane here, perfectly fine. We go here, we shove this wave, shove the next wave. This is correct. Actually, this is completely correct. No one else is there to farm that wave, so we might as well go. And then I would run straight bot lane here. Dragon's up, Baron's up, Dragon isn't. And Fiora is top side. She's on the wrong side of the map. This is beautiful. We need to go bot lane right now. Okay, hold on. We look for a play here. I'm not sure I would look for a play here. I would rather just play for the split push. That's what my champion is good at. It might end up working out. He's used his shadow. He's freaking dead, by the way. If he survives this, then freaking everyone should go to jail. There we go. Okay, at this point, you guys, yeah, I mean, you guys should just be able to force the tower. You have Hullbreaker. You have Hullbreaker. Freaking practically end the game here. Well, not end the game, but... Oh, wow, Kayn is getting eaten alive. Okay, and run. Do we do Baron? If Mundo tanks, probably could. It's kind of risky. I'd be down to try. I mean, it's... I actually don't like it. I actually don't like it. I actually don't like going for this Baron. Let's see if it works out. It does, actually. Okay, fair enough. Enemy team. Kayn went bot side. Fair enough. I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. I wasn't expecting you guys to kill it as fast as you did, to be fair. That's my bad. I thought you guys would take longer to kill it. I didn't realize you guys would burn it that quickly. I wouldn't go for this chase, though. This is, we want to be on the map the same time our team is. That means recalling at the same time they do after Baron. Because if we go for a attempt for a kill here, right? If we just go attempting for a kill here, then now we still need to recall, right? We're floating so much gold, so we still need to find an opportunity to recall, or we could just skip our recall, but then we're just then we are just floating a ton of gold, right? Which is also not ideal. So if we so let's say we recalled now, right? We would recall now, our team would be on the map and ready to die while we're not taking objectives, right? Baron needs buff, so does Drake. I just feel like the objectives are too easy to take. Yeah, I get what you mean. I feel like you're just kind of for funning it a bit right now, I'm not gonna lie. Because you're pushing down here by yourself, right? Without any teammates, right? Here we see that your teammates are clearly isolated. You're getting collapsed on by yourself here. You're off to bed? Alright, good night, Rushing. Thank you for... See ya. Have a good night, my dude. Thank you for tuning in. So let's see. Do I agree with this TP? Honestly, this TP is pretty... This TP is great, actually. This TP is sick. This TP is sick. I like this TP a lot. It lets you wave clear so they don't have any minions to push with. And it also lets you turn this stacked wave into a shove of your own. This is a great TP. I really like this TP. Now, if you live here, then you're freaking insane. Run! Huge, dude. There we go. Do you need to recall right now? You don't. So you can just stay on the map here. Okay, so again, we don't know where the enemy team is. We need to chill. We need to respect. Going for this fight, I would not recommend it. We don't know where the enemy team is still, right? We don't get punished for it that time, at least. Okay, what is going on here? Can I press tab again? Boom. Alright, surely that's enough typing time. Alright, so this fight is very bizarre. I would not... Here, the Kayn is just off to the side here doing whatever. Engaging with him, no real point, right? We should be grouping with our team here, assisting them in the actual fight. You want to get towers, but Kayn isn't letting? Fair enough. I guess you want to push for the towers here, but... Yeah, I mean, if Kayn is here to defend, he's not going to let you, right? We need to immediately change our game plan then. Not yet, no. I generally wouldn't want to even group it in the first place anyway, but... At this... Oh, that's scuffed. Because, like, the other option we had, right, was to... And I'm not... Let's see. So, right here, like I said, I wouldn't want to... Basically, right here... Okay, so we heal up. Grabbing Krugs here, I don't mind that at all. There's two people bot lane here. Let's rotate up to the top side of the map here. There's towers to take. There's a super minion. There's an inhibitor to take, right? So the angle here is, I would legit just run top lane right now. Because if you're top lane right now here, right? You'd be drawing people to this top side spot here. They'd have to freaking deal with you or lose more towers. Get triple inhibs, right? Triple inhibs would be really nice. Brutal for them to have to deal with.
Blue team triple kill. Blue team double kill. Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Just had a Trundle versus Aurora game? Oh, that sounds fun. Actually, it sounds like it's doable. So trying to fight the Fiora, can't. She just disengages, fair enough. What are objectives looking like? Yeah, I mean, I guess the angle is to group with the team here at this point, but... Okay, you guys win it. Good stuff. Ah, but you guys lose it here. But yeah, also, Vaxon, I would really recommend getting, something... I would honestly recommend getting a Thornmail first or something. Not necessarily a full Thornmail, but like a Bramble Vest at least. They have so much healing, right? Between the Kayn and the Fiora. And the Bramble Vest... No, you can't go Bramble Vest. You can't go Bramble Vest because then Fiora makes you tank tower aggro when you try to take towers off of her. You can't go Bramble Vest. I mean, to be fair at this point, I feel like you're at a point where... Actually, yeah, to be fair, no. At this point, Bramble Vest would be the play, because once after the Hull Breaker, you should have a Bramble Vest after the Hull Breaker, because once you're at 3 items, split pushing becomes a lot less common, right? Like, it's going to be a lot harder to split push. It depends on how the game is going, I guess. Frozen Heart would be good. So, Frozen Heart? No, I don't like Frozen Heart here. Some healing reduction, that's the thing. Like, we would really like some healing reduction, but... Deadman's, I guess. Deals with Kog'Maw and Fiora. Doesn't really... It's good versus Kog'Maw. It doesn't really do much versus Fiora, though. Because it's not like she's auto-attack based, right? She just procs vitals. Okay, well, I think this is just going to devolve into team fights, right? That generally that's what happens in late game. Generally, once the late game hits, you usually want to have ended the game before late game if you want to carry it. Something went wrong if the game goes to late game. Really, Deadman's? Randuin's isn't good here. It's kind of by process of elimination, right? Deadman's lets you split push, but also... honestly, yeah, if you're team fighting, I would just get Thornmail. If you really want to continue split pushing, I would get Deadman's. Those are my those are my choices. Because if you can't go Thornmail, Thornmail would definitely be the best in just general fighting, right? Because it freaking denies Fiora, it lowers Fiora's healing, it lowers Kayn's healing, right? But if you really want to split push and just beat on towers without people hitting you, right? and you're still in a position in the game where you can do that and leverage that strength, it's going to be very uncommon 4th item, but if that is the case, then I would just say dead man's by process of elimination. But yeah, I think this is just going to degenerate into team fighting now, right? So yeah, split pushing bot side, opposite side of the Baron. Now at this point I would stay bot side, there's no point. Just stay bot side, tell your team to pressure Baron. Because I don't think grouping is the play. I don't think your champion is nearly as good in the grouping as it is in the split push. Okay, shut down the king, good stuff. Well, you guys win that, but it's like, scuffed. Okay, you split push bot side? Or you TP bot side, interesting. If you live this, then yeah, I want to say that's probably worth it. I mean, yeah, honestly, I just keep split pushing bot side here. Threaten with the super minions. Because I really think that you guys don't win team fights. I think that last time you guys won a team fight was kind of luck. Because they were not in position or something, probably. Let me see. Not even win the team fight, just went even. Just went 1 for 1. Let me see. I mean, yeah, they're going in 3v5, actually. They're 3v5 for the first half of the team fight, and they still go 1 for 1. It's really hideous. Like, you guys just are gonna have a very hard time. You want to fake Baron, then TP to backdoor? You don't need to be with your team to fake Baron, though, right? Like, right here, you can have your team pressure Baron, right? Meanwhile, you just chill here, wave clear. This all depends on if you can still 1v1 Fiora, though, which you should be able to. I see it. You should be able to 1v1 Fiora. Which at this point, you guys just lose the game, and then you just... Or lose the fight, and then lose the game, pretty much, right? Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
Blue team has slain Baron Nashor.
I would say that... Already used TP? Oh, okay, but even then, right? I don't know. I still feel like it's the play to just split push on the other side of the map and threaten to take towers, right? You're at least giving your team a better chance in the fights because you'd be drawing 2 people down. So in summary, what should you improve on? Let me think about this. It is, basically, you know, the laning phase would have been a lot smoother if you, kited away, played around Fiora's vitals better with the positioning and just kiting away from her while you're fighting her to avoid the vitals. That's 1. 2. Play for objectives, right? Play for objectives. I noticed you were going for kills a lot. Play for objectives. Play on the opposite side of the map of the objective that is up. That is 2. 3. And also, play for objectives, keep pressure up, right? 3. Respect the enemy team if you don't know where they are, right? Like I said, if you see somebody that you can kill, ask yourself, are they actually alone or are you about to walk into a bait? But yeah, mainly playing for objectives and respecting if you don't know where the enemy team is, right? Also trying to match pressure with your team, right? If you push up very far and your team isn't there and your team isn't applying pressure somewhere else on the map, then the enemy team can come gank you for free, right? Now, obviously, if you see the enemy team on the other side of the map, go nuts, right? But if you don't know where they are, then it's going to be very risky to push up if your team isn't in position to push up. Or isn't in a position to take something when they try to come gank you, right? So yeah, basically, respecting if you don't know where the enemy team is, play for objectives, and that's a very simple form of it, right? Respect where the enemy team is, if you don't know where they are. And play more for objectives, don't try to just go for kills or stuff, right? Play for if you're playing something like Trundle or Mundo, right? You're very strong in the split push. Play for the split push. 1 play for round VR vitals. And 2 aggressive early unless Tryndamere or Darius. 2 aggressive early unless Tryndamere or Darius. I mean, yeah, play as aggressively as you can. As you're allowed to versus the matchup, right? Like, you were backing off a lot against that Fiora when you could have been aggressing, right? So yes, playing more aggressive is good if you are allowed to do it in the matchup, right? Play for objectives, respect missing enemies, Ooga Booga split push. Pretty much, Ooga Booga split push. Yeah, pretty much. If you're playing a split push champion that's this strong in the split push, like Trundle or Mundo, right, you want to heavily play for that split push. So yeah, Ooga Booga split push if you're playing an Ooga Booga split push champion. Something like Jax I wouldn't give this advice to somebody like Jax because Jax doesn't split push as strongly as these champions, right? He's more of a hybrid split pusher / team fighter. So Jax has to consider when to team fight, when to split push more strongly. But these guys are just, like, sometimes you'll have to team fight. It won't always be 100% the correct time to team fight. But, I mean, it won't always 100% be the correct play to split push. But a lot of the time it's going to be the game to split push.